Today we will discuss about cloud computing. So, before looking into what is cloud and its features, so let us start from the basics that will ensure that we will understand the cloud computing clearly. So, let us think we are in about 20 years ago. What the scenario? See, in 20 years ago, we were having computers, that means an hardware with some accessories like printer, scanner for document scanning, even some hardwares like fingerprint scanner, and some of the even facial recognition for authenticate facial authentication devices for so printer different devices like smartphone is also a device. Of course it comes very soon, but it could be connected with computer, smartphone, and even reader, barcode readers, and so different devices, means even sometime sensors and various things, depending weighing system that is required for calculating the weight of the system, weight of the some lorry loading system or something weight many devices. We are connected with the laptop or our computer. So these are all called hardwares. So these hardwares are connected, wireless or with wire, that is secondary, how it is networked. So there are devices like laptop, smartphones, and like scanners, and something like a document scanner, printers, and barcode reader, and different devices are all connected, and it is called a network may be wired or wireless, means cable ಇರ್ಬೋದು, maybe cable ಇಲ್ದೇನೂ ಇರ್ಬೋದು. Without a cable, they were connected. It's all like some so the some that kind of network infrastructure should be. For example, I am running a shop. Assume that I am having a system for my billing purpose. So billing as well as accounts, maintenance as well as inventory, to check the stock on daily basis. So I need a computer system. So for this we will need an hardware, no? So these are our laptop, printer, and the bar scanner, barcode reader. They are all the devices we use in a billing system. So these are all the devices are hardwares. So this is the first part. These are hardwares. They work only when there is a appropriate software in that. Means like platform. More than a software, we can say special type of softwares are called a platform. So computer will perform if there is an operating system, and devices are connected to the computer if and only if there is a driver related to it. It means that there is a software which acts as a we establish the connection between the device and the computer or a laptop. That connection, even the wired connection or wireless connection, but interpretation how this talks like protocol, some kind of understanding mechanism between the device and computer is required. That sensing or understanding method is implemented as a software, and those kind of softwares are called drivers. Means operating system and drivers, and what we can say totally infrastructure. Understand? Infrastructure, in the sense it's an hardware actually. So for that hardware we need a platform in the sense hardware loaded with some special type of software such as operating system and device drivers, and something like for example billing system, we need to store a data means for database systems will be loaded in the software, correct? Data, because when the billing is done, all the monthly day to day transactions should be stored in database. So database and this type of software means database servers, like examples MySQL, Oracle, MongoDB. These are the different database servers, operating systems, and device drivers. So whatever all the things required to solve our problem. Our problem is billing system. Billing system is my requirement as an end customer. For that, I am looking for a platform. For example, hardware infrastructure is something like computer, scanner, barcode reader, printer. These are all the hardware infrastructure. With this hardware infrastructure, with the network of these devices connected, for this I must load appropriate softwares. Those things are like database managing systems and device drivers, particular type of operating system, version of operating system, like maybe it's an Android based or a Windows based or 32-bit we want or 64-bit, whatever, based on our software. What software we wanted to use. For that we need a particular platform. So that platform again a software which sits above the hardware. So these are all the platform. Once the platform is ready, then we are going for clear business logic to implement our billing solution. So for example, I am going to implement billing solution using Java program. So developers require an infrastructure plus a platform. On the platform, developers will develop a billing software that in turns solve the give the billing solutions. So platform used by the developers to implement the steps to do, like accept the bill in the form of form, and like business logic, and then deduct the stock and give the item to the customers, and then reduce the stock, and then keep it, store it in a database, and just list all the details of monthly sales, and that will be like this. These are all the business logic which is implemented in Java, and that implementer means developer required a infrastructure as well as a platform. So those two things used by the developer, and he develops the business logic and he develops the software. Once this software is completed, the end software of means could be given to the customer. So that is software developed by the developer is given to the customer, and he will start using it. So you will understand here minimum three at least. Of course, there are many levels in cloud, but I'm trying to say I'm restricted to three category. One is infrastructure is required. Second is platform is required. After that, we need a software that has an implemented business logic. So and then that software is used by the end customer. Understand? So to solve his business problem. So these are all the things. For all these things, customer has to invest money. You need to buy an hardware required, and you should connect all the things, and you should establish the network, means infrastructure. You should invest money in infrastructure. Second thing is you should invest money in the softwares like database, whatever required, whatever the operating system is required, what are the device drivers is required. For that you should invest, and you should get the appropriate platform required for his business. And then after the platform, he should have get the developers to solve to develop his software which can solve his business issues like billing solutions or inventory solutions, or it may be billing inventory with tax like auditing report, monthly sales report for it. So all these three solutions, to get that he should develop a software. For that again he should invest. So he should invest at three levels, and all this investment, once if he say he will close his shop, he will close his shop, and all this investment will go to assume that you want to move to some other business, you want to close the shop. When you close the shop, whatever the investment he did on platform or infrastructure or even software development, it's going to be waste, and so that is like he's going to lose the money. If you want to stop his business, all the investment made in these things will be waste. So this is what. So this is clearly understood by the people, and they wanted to give a best solution. And once again here another problem comes when when he invested in hardware as well as infrastructure like softwares and for development of the business software for himself. In all the stages he is facing some other means third these are these real direct problem like investing into these three steps, but indirect problems he faces. One is the security. When he is having multiple shops and these multiple places his building software is running, he is having a threat by internet. Anybody can hack his server and get the data. Anybody can put some virus and he can so that and for example as well as how use authenticity. Anybody can use this and they can corrupt it and they can make his server shut down. Security, because I can say he will face the security issue, authentication issues, as well as backups. If server something goes wrong, when his data is corrupt, he should make a backup plan, and redundant servers he should maintain, because while day-to-day business due to some reason somebody hacks his laptops or whatever infrastructure is using, if it goes to some problem, then he must have immediately to take this, he must have a redundant server to take up this issue. So redundance planning, backup planning, security planning, these are all the second level investments required by the customers, and these are all not a part of his direct business. So he should not only focusing on his direct business, means like selling business. He is into the selling business, so he want to focus more into selling the products. But still, when he is using this kind, he should think about the security of his data. He should think about authenticity, as well as he should make a plan for backup. If something goes wrong, somebody hacks it, you must have a redundant server to take up, and data should be secured. These are all the secondary jobs he has to manage himself. So this is another a big problem faced before the cloud come into existence. Now the cloud computing is in existence and it is a reality. So now what is cloud? Let us explain clearly what is cloud now, because you understood there are three stages. Any kind of software solutions looking at are three stages. One is the hardware and infrastructure, hardware network infrastructure. For that, user need not to invest. He can go to cloud service providers like Amazon, Salesforce, even Azure. These are all the people who are Azure in the sense is a Microsoft based cloud supporting company. Where you can go and hire the infrastructure you are looking for. Instead of investing on infrastructure, you can hire the infrastructure whatever you require for, means infrastructure hired by the network companies. They will hire the infrastructure and deploy those infrastructure on to their clients. So who are the clients for these networking companies? So like big companies like Infosys or Microsoft or some big companies who are into development, they are looking for an infrastructure. So for them, these infrastructure companies, they will hire the infrastructure and they will establish the network of the hardware required according to the requirement of the companies, and they will provide the infrastructure required by the companies. So second level, in some companies looking for platform, means infrastructure loaded with required platform, because these are the companies, product based companies. They want to develop some softwares like billing solutions, something. So those who are looking for platform, so here they can go and take the platform, they can hire the platform, and they develop the business logic, implements in whatever what they wanted in, and then once they complete it, and once the job is over, they can hand over back. I mean, maybe 1 year, 2 year, like that. They will hire. So when by doing this, once software is ready, they will host it on again. When as an end customer, I am looking for software to solve my billing solution. That is available in. I will subscribe. I will subscribe for some billing software which is available in online, means on cloud. I can take the service and I will pay for them. As long as my shop is running, I will pay money to that software solution provider. I use the billing software maybe for 1 year, 2 year. Due to some reason, if I close the shop, I will subscription I will hand. So I did not. I have not invested on any infrastructure. I have not invested on any platform. I have not invested on even software development. Means business development logic. I have not invested. So I just hired a software which is required for me from the cloud, and I used it as long as I require. And once I don't want it, I can stop taking service. So here, when something changes, when if business changes, business logic changes, I can easily move to the new business software. So it means there is no wastage, there is no waste of money for the end customer. So the cloud is something where you can get the infrastructure according to my needs, where you can get the platform according to my needs, where you can get the software as a service according to my needs. I can use it for as long as I require, and I can terminate the contract when I do not require. Here I do not worry about the security, because cloud providers will take care of security of my data as well as authentication, and they will take care about backup, they will take care of redundant servers, launching redundant servers, because how long we use, that much money we are used, so they don't want to interrupt the service. So and I need not to worry about technical challenges, because that is outsourced to others, like people who provide the cloud infrastructure. So I need to take care only about my business, primary business. I can focus all my energy into my primary business, and I can improve my business without worrying something like security, authentication, backups, redundant check. These are all the other worries. Without worrying this, I can focus only on my core business, as well as my investment is not at all there with respect to infrastructure, with respect to platform, with respect to software. I'm just paying as for what I am using. So this kind of service is already available on our internet, and the providers are Microsoft and Amazon and Salesforce. These are all the companies which are providing. Of course, these are the broadly I classified this into three category, but of course many other category, many other type of services available. You when you come into it, we will discuss it. Of course, there is lot more to discuss about cloud computing, so I will take up those things in the next video. Thank you very much for listening to this. Thank you, sir. Thank you.